Hey guys, Zomfox here, and today we're going to be doing a different video, which I haven't done before, but I feel like I kind of have to make it now. So this is, I don't know what I'm going to call it, but it's going to be something either funny or directly involved in what this is, but if you watch this game, you know what I'm talking about. At the end of the Michigan Panthers Philadelphia Stars game, the first game of the Week 4 season, the Panthers did one of the dumbest play calls I've seen all year, and has proven so far the people that thought Jeff Fisher was washed as a coach right, and people like me who put him second on their tier list or their ranking wrong. Put simply, he made one of the dumbest decisions in just football we've seen in the last couple of years. So let's do an in-depth review of this whole series. So not the whole series, but the key moments of this final drive. There's two main plays we want to look at, and then a situation. So before we start with that, let's just put some background information. At this point in the game, or at the end of the game, Reggie Corbin and Shea Patterson will both have been averaging insane rush totals. Shea Patterson ends the game with about 8.8 yards per carry, but if you eliminate his longest rush yard of 37, he averages still 5.3 yards per carry, and Reggie Corbin averaged 12.7 yards per carry, but if you get rid of his 88-yard run touchdown, he's still averaging 5.8. So essentially you have two guys who are on the field who both are averaging about 5.5 yards combined. So, as you can tell, as you've been seeing, we are at 2nd and 1 at about 1 minute 30 seconds left. So, when you see this play go, you're at 2nd and 1, you still have all three timeouts, and this is really to get into that area inside. So they run the ball naturally, and then boom, they get it. So easily first down completion, they're at 1 minute and 25 seconds left. So then we get to this point. So what essentially happens is they do a couple more runs, and one of the rushes goes out of bounds. So they get a free timeout pretty much, and now they're here. They are 3rd and 1 at the 5-yard line. Their running backs are going to average, or their running back and quarterback are going to average 5 yards a carry. At this situation right now, you run the ball, which I'll show you in a second, they do. So we see it, the play is being called with just 33 seconds left, and then they run the ball, and let's see. The run goes, and boom, first down. So now you're at the first down at about the 3-yard line. So, what you should be doing is continuing to run the ball. With 29 seconds left, since the clock stops until they're pretty much ready, you have multiple options. 1, you can try and immediately run back up to the line of scrimmage and call another run play and go deep down, and then call a timeout. You could call a timeout and then think of a play and maybe do a play action pass. You could try and do a toss and be cute with it. Or you can try and just let the clock run down for a field goal. Now, for those of you who don't know, the reason that's dumb, their kicker, Michael Carasosha, has never really kicked field goals professionally. He attempted a couple kicks early in college, and that's pretty much it. So you have a guy who can't kick. And note, at this situation, the way the Panthers have 25 points is because when they scored their 3 touchdowns, they attempted 1 PAT on accident because they couldn't change it, and they missed it. And then they did 2 2-point conversions, and they made those. So if you were to say that nothing else changes, if Carasosha made that 1 PAT, this game's tied. But he hasn't. He made his first kick of the entire season this week. He literally is so bad as a kicker to the team that they don't want him kicking field goals or PATs. So having him go out to kick a game-winning field goal isn't a smart idea in any way, shape, or form. It's not a good idea because, it builds confidence, because you've already shattered his confidence in most regards by not having him kick any field goals at all. So right here, you should be going for it. You have 2 timeouts, and then maybe you kick a field goal. And then instead, they let the clock wind down at 1st and goal at the 3-yard line, and they're going to kick a field goal. But it's only a 21-yarder. He should make this. But, because it's less than an extra point. But he kicks it, and it hits crossbar, no good. The worst part about this is that if you see that kick, and we just stop it right when the ball actually hits the upright, if they are literally a yard closer, at worst 2, that goes in. Remember, they had 2 timeouts. As you can see, they have 1 timeout left because naturally let the clock run down and a timeout left. So, if they had just literally ran a QB sneak, had their center go like 2 feet forward and then Shea fall down forward with the football, they would have made this kick almost guaranteed, barring that the kick doesn't get changed. Instead, they sit there and just let their kicker kick the ball when he's unreliable. Brandon Aubrey is the only kicker, and maybe Nick Vogel and the dude from Tampa, since they've kicked a couple clutch field goals, that I would let kick this field goal, genuinely. Brandon Aubrey's missed 1 kick all year. Nick Vogel has had a couple clutch kicks and far kicks, and so is Tampa Bay's kicker. But you're letting Michael Carasosha kick a game-winning field goal? I can't see the graphic, and I don't know if I can find it, but he hadn't made a game-winning kick since he was in 8th grade. That's who you chose to win this game for you. Despite the fact that with 29 seconds left, you had 2 timeouts and were 3 yards away from the end zone. You were literally like 3 yards away from the end zone, and you elected to kick a field goal when you literally only had to get 3 yards when your quarterback and running back were averaging over 5 yards carry. This was pathetic. As a Panther fan, I'm upset. I really am. I'm glad I can at least bandwagon Jamar Smith, even though he didn't play because of Mills and stuff like that. I'm glad I can bandwagon him because, man, this Panthers team is it's so hard to watch. Because as a team, they are proving week in and week out that they are a really, really good team. Because they literally are, when they lose by like 1 or 2 points. Yet they only have 1 win. Because their 1 win was against the worst team in the league, which is insane. But yeah, this has been ZombFox. If you want me to do another like deep dive or review of like certain plays, just like, or certain situations, just let me know in the comments down below if you like this. I honestly I know this is a couple days later, but I just felt like I had to make this video. And I was waiting to see like if there was going to be any more information on why I kicked this field goal, but it doesn't make sense to me. This is a terrible idea. Now, whatever little confidence your kicker had is gone. This is sad. This was a total blunder. You could have just with 29 seconds left and 2 timeouts, they could have legit just ran 3 halfback dives, and they could have won the game. That's all you had to do. And I know I'm not a head coach, and I know somebody's going to say, well, you're not a head coach in like professional football. What's yours say? Anyone who knows football, not like high school, not Madden, not like college. If you know football, at this situation, just halfback dive. Just QB sneak. Just get the ball closer. And they didn't. This was a terrible play. Everything was terrible. This has been ZombFox. If you enjoy this content, want to be notified as I upload videos, subscribe and hit the bell. Comment down below your thoughts on this, if this is a cool idea, or what your reaction was to watching this, because I stayed up and saw this, and I was just in awe. And as always, have a great night.